Hello, Internet, and welcome back to GGK. We are back to play Parslings in our Ward 47 campaign, and we're so excited to have you here today. If you didn't join us this morning, this is our second stream today, as it will be in our schedule going forward. But I'll talk about schedule stuff here in a minute. We're so glad to be here playing more of this ding dang game and having my whole crew here with me. We have a couple of announcements for this next coming week as far as scheduling updates and shows. Obviously, we're heading into the holidays, and a lot of people are traveling, and we're going to have some cancellations over the next couple weeks. So like I've mentioned before, our schedule right now has changed slightly. Strixhaven is now occurring on Saturday mornings, which I call Strixhaven. The name's gonna be changing, but the D&D game that Van runs, the game formerly known as Strixhaven, will be happening on.
I mean, it's still gonna be known as that for a little bit because you guys are doing winter break stuff. But
but that's gonna be on Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, and our Red Jenny game will actually be the next game that we'll have here on GGK on our schedule on Monday at 8 o'clock Eastern time. So we swapped those around, and unfortunately though, this next week we're going to probably have some cancellations next weekend right after changing our schedule. I think we're gonna be pretty much dark from all of next weekend, and then through next Thursday, with the exception of Tuesdays. I don't know what they're doing, but most of their other schedule, any shows that that Van and I run are going to be canceled. So just stay tuned to our Twitter and our Discord for that, and you can keep an eye on everything that we're doing right now. I'm going to go ahead and stop talking and let my players here introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about who you are, where we can find you on and off this channel, and who you are playing tonight, starting with Van.
Hello, I'm Savvy. You can find me on the internet at Savvy Seaworth, pretty much wherever you can find people on the internet. I'm here Thursdays through Mondays, playing games or running them. I'm now running D&D on Saturday mornings, and then playing in a few other games as well. And when I'm not here on Sunday nights, you can find me on twitch.tv/lbhackemup playing Dungeons and Dragons. But today I am playing Aiden Kuto Rose, who is a well-meaning himbo who loves all things art.
I think RJ goes next.
I'm sorry, my brain was like from last week where we had the order switch, so I thought I was last again. Hey,
regular
everybody! I'm RJ, and you can catch me RJ622 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things of my life and sometimes stream with my friends. Also on Hive, I keep forgetting about Hive. It's there in the background. I haven't posted anything. Usually, you could find me over at 3 places. Count them 3. Here, over at the Indoor Adventures on Mondays, and over at the Hype Goblins on Sundays, Wednesdays. Yeah, Sundays and Wednesdays. Sometimes Tuesdays when we were feeling a little plucky to play some video games. But hey, over there I run a Humblewood game on Wednesdays, and it's going great. They've made it into the woods where there's a giant insectoid were creature after them that there is no stat block for they can find because it's custom made.
So there are insect were people. Yes.
Yeah, I was kind of sweating in my seat when we were talking about that. Like, oh, have people been looking at my notes? Okay, never mind. Other than that, there's Elegant Creatures here, where, you know, we had a lovely one-shot DM'd by Wally, who did a fantastic job. It was fun, it was quirky, loved it. But today, I'm playing Yuri, and he's literally raised by wolves, and he was a baby winter soldier.
And speaking of baby winter soldiers, hi, I'm Shusin. You can find me on the Twitter sec And the Hive Social Agree said, don't ask too many questions. It's a need to know basis. You can find me here. I don't really know where that came from. Thursdays through Mondays. Mostly playing in games. I also run our game of Elegant Creatures on Thursdays, 7 o'clock Eastern. Again, Wally was lovely enough to run a one-shot for us while my brain is currently mush. But, normally I'm over there. Tonight I am playing Amaris Brennan. Amaris, well, she's an observant, cynical wallflower with an eye for tech and a love of poetry.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com or at Danae Keener on Twitter. I've got a pinned tweet there. You can look at my schedule and see what I'm up to. Today I'm going to be playing as Mori, who is a faceless businessman with a dream.
DanaeKeener.com.
That's perfect timing. I was able to build that deck in the time that y'all were doing their announcements. Hi, everyone. My name is Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown, wherever I'm at the internet, mostly over on Hive and Instagram these days, posting art stuff. I am here Thursdays through Mondays, playing running games. I run the games I talked about before. This game on Saturdays and Red Jenny now on Mondays. That's basically it. I'm running this ding dang game today. Are y'all ready to get started? Alrighty. Previously on Ward 47, Dad was away, so the crew went to play. The Yuri went to visit his. I was gonna say estranged. It's not really estranged. His unknown family. Went to kind of spy on them a little bit while they were on a family outing. You were able to track them down to the sort of Natural Sciences Museum in Ward 18 and had a chance to see them in person, get a kind of a feel for your family vibe dynamic. And you considered introducing yourself to the three of them. However, you were interrupted by one ward administrator, Scarlet, who found you and tried to escort you out of the building. Luckily, your boy Roy was present and had been keeping tabs on the four of you to get you out of situations just like this. Yuri and Roy got to have a nice little heart-to-heart conversation, debating whether you still wanted to meet your family or wait. Roy recommending perhaps waiting until the heat has died down on you and the rest of your friends. And Yuri decided, with that guidance, to go back to your secret headquarters. While that was going on, Amaris and Aiden went to do a little bit of investigating on Aiden's behalf. Locke had offered to restore your memories, Aiden, and needed a program as part of that. And Amaris was smart enough to figure out that you could get a copy of this program you needed at a company called Synesthesia, a organization company that utilizes cognitive recovery for recreational to create recreational memoryscapes. You went as patrons to this place, to this business, where you met a lovely individual who was the sort of manager of the establishment named Mello, who gave you a bit of a tour, made some recommendations, and allowed you to booked you a booth where the two of you could undergo Aiden's wildest dream, racing with the crew of the Fast and the Furious in one of these memoryscapes. You did so, and while Aiden was street racing, Amaris hacked into the system, got a copy of the program, and while the two of you were leaving, this person, Mello, formally introduced themselves by apologizing for the behavior of Ego and Grim, two of the incoherents you had run into before. Mello introduced himself as a member of this group, the Spoken, and said they would that though they don't necessarily have the same sort of aggressive tendencies as their colleagues, they were a bit put off by their desire to kill one of you in particular. Spoiler alert, Mori. You got out of this situation, this confrontation, unscathed. They let you go. No intention to hurt you. And Aiden and Amaris fled back to the community center. And I think that's where we left off last time. With the three of you at the community center. Am I correct? Or did I miss something else that happened last week? No, okay. Sid had a look on her face like I
just
missed
accidentally
something.
joined a voice channel on Discord that I hadn't even touched, so no, just ignore me.
I believe Aiden and you were just pelting each other with medicine balls, seeing how hard
Yep.
they could hit each
We
other
were playing dodgeball.
That sounds right.
with bowling balls.
So yeah, you have dinner tonight, but otherwise no other plans. Mori, where's Mori at?
Well, I assume that there's probably like a temporary office space somewhere in the community center that
Sure.
he's sort of like set up shop. He's busy printing off some copies of various reports, paperwork, stuff that we found at the research facility. Mostly he's putting together a dossier for
To bring to dinner.
tonight. Yeah.
Perfect. That sounds like
Wait.
exactly what Mori would have done with his day.
And Amaris had we'd already made all the copies to like as contingency plans too, right?
Like digital copies of it.
Yeah, to like send to, the media and shit.
Yeah,
if-
I think
if
you
shit
had
went
done-
down.
I think you had done something like that.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
hadn't
like, this
sent
is-
them yet, but
This is like the future, right? Like, where are we as far as like using paper copies of anything? Like, maybe this is on a
Well-
tablet or something.
yeah, you're in the future, but there's also a global cataclysmic event that sort of stalled some things out for a bit. That being said, sure, trees are also hard to come by. I think that they still use paper. It's not a organic paper. There's probably some sort of paper substitute that's utilized. It's, biodegradable. Because I can't live in a world
Lab-grown
without
cellulose.
paper. Yeah, I prefer to think, but I think most things are digital these days. I think paper's they don't keep like important documents on paper, but not saying that like it's not available to use.
Whatever equivalent of like physical media that is also disposable.
Stone tablets got it.
I think there are pretty common like essentially like display tablets that are like extremely cheap to fabricate and like are basically like an aluminum siding with like some sort of like fiberglass panel that's utilized in a lot of business to like hand over documents, and it can like you can take those documents and upload them to stuff, or the whole thing can just be kind of collapsed and tossed away and recycled.
I like the idea that it's like it's paper adjacent, but it's got kind of like a lenticular quality to it.
Yeah.
And it's probably just like one piece of like it's probably about the thickness of cardstock, and it's tactile. Like you can like move things around. It's an entire dossier, but it's all on like one sheet.
Yeah, and you kind of like it has like an almost like digital aspect to it.
And it literally comes out the printer just like.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what this. Essentially, we're recreating the floppy disk, but
Yeah. I'm going to coin a term. Let's call it the lenticulate.
the lenticulate. I need to. All right.
I like that.
Putting this with social media at Alpha, and then
The lenticulate kind of sounds like a cabal-esque, like, secret police, though.
Yeah, but it's just paper.
Well,
Are
if
you
you're-
recycling?
God, you got to imagine that business folks just get incredibly aroused getting to say that. Again, to use that word, it's like, have you checked the lenticulate today? Oh, the
Ooh.
lenticulate's
Only
on your
assholes
desk.
call it a lenticulate. Like there's like a shorter version for it. It's like, hey, did you get the lens?
Scrap papers, pocket lint.
Oh, I love it. All right.
All right. I do love creating jargon and slang for games.
And then you
so-
can still put it into a manila folder, to like protect it and stuff. Cool.
Can you store this in your navel? Could it be belly button lint?
I mean, I feel like that would make it a lot more expensive. Like, I feel like there are versions of it that are smaller and like maybe have like a holographic quality to it, but like that shit's expensive. Like, that's not in the budget.
Especially not for a civil servant, so.
So anyway, Mori spent the entirety of last session putting together this dossier, and I spent an equal amount of time coming up with this future sci-fi bullshit.
I love it. Okay, I love that. So that is now in the universe. Let's see what else. Anything else anybody wants to do before dinner? I assume, have y'all shared everything with Mori? Because I know
Yes.
y'all came back and talked about the new friend you made, Mello, and the
Yes.
symbol you saw on their neck. I also don't
And-
know how much we need to recap for Danae.
I listened to it. I'm pretty well caught up on everything. I
Um,
guess that leads me to this question. Did anybody mention that Ego wants to kill Mori? Anybody at all?
I
I
have to
figure-
imagine somebody did, but I
But
would
yeah, we're
love
gonna
it
keep
if you did
that
it.
away from Mori. Like,
Yeah, if anything, yeah, they really seem to stress how much he hates you and wants you to die.
Huh. He has a funny way of showing it. He's had a lot of opportunities to kill me.
He did shoot you.
In the leg.
that's where one of your major arteries are.
It's slow
Well-
and painful.
I'm just saying. I had my back fully to him. A headshot would not have been out of the question. Sorry, that's not a great topic of conversation.
We're
Hey,
already
hey.
at dinner and we're talking about this now. Sorry, Mrs. Rose.
Hey, Locke. Gonna go over to Locke. What's the up and down on renting a bulletproof vest?
Yeah, I can. Do you need one?
I mean, not immediately, but just in case that's something that I need to, like, put an order in for.
Oh,
Probably
no,
should do
no.
that.
No, you don't need to put it in order for. I've got. I think just like pull like it picks up a very heavy container, like slams it down, opens up. After the last couple of weeks, I preemptively just sort of I've got various Kevlar padding for your various needs.
Nice.
So I have the not so subtle kind to the much more subtle kind.
Talking payday terms here. Does this put your attention over 75? So when you enter a bank, they instantly hit the silent alarm.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
I have like full riot gear, in which case I would not recommend walking down the street with that. All the way to a very thin, like microfilament Kevlar vest that you could probably fit under your business shirt, and nobody be the wiser.
Yuri
Yeah, if
begins
you-
to lightly slap Aiden's arm. What was that movie about the one where the guy goes on that thing where after his dog died? John Wick?
Mm-hmm.
The suit where it was like, you know, he was getting it made for the party night thing.
Oh. That's sick. Yeah.
Well, if you show up looking like you're looking for a fight, you're usually going to find one. So maybe later when we're ready for it, we'll look into some more of the covert options. But hey, thanks for looking out for me, Locke.
If Locke already
Yeah.
has like a covert one, maybe you should just wear that all the time, Mori. Death is silently omission. I mean,
Do you have any for legs?
It would be.
Yeah.
Kind
Like
of
a
theme.
Kevlar legging or something. If you have it in black, I could wear those.
It's not. It's more like a padding. I don't know if it'd work under. I mean, people would notice it under legging. It looked like you were wearing hockey pads. But if you're wearing like business slacks, it'd be less noticeable.
I think maybe we should just deck Mori out at all times.
Our suit.
I mean, here's what I'll go ahead and do, and puts it like takes it out of the box, put it aside, and it already has a post-it note, like a sticky note on top that just says "on hold for Mori." And kind of slides that to the side. Says, "You put that on whenever you feel comfortable."
All right. He'll go to lift it. Is it heavy?
It's dense. Yeah, it's.
I feel like he like yanks it off of the table and then like does that like
Yeah.
didn't expect that amount of weight.
It's
And just sort of
heavier than it looks. If you were in an anime and you took it off and threw it on the ground, your power level would go up.
Yeah. All right. Great. I'll just hold on to this.
All right. I recommend wearing it, but holding on to it is a good first step.
Right.
Mori,
Right. Well,
Mori, go to the changing room and put that on right now.
Yuri's just gonna hold a hand up for Locke to high five because he got that joke.
well, we're just going to dinner. Like
Mori, put it on.
all right. I need to get changed into the sweater vest anyway. I'll go and get changed into it.
Oh,
Our dad is wearing a sweater vest and a Kevlar vest at the same time. I don't think that's anything.
This is the most
more
Mr.
Mori than
Rogers that Mori has ever been.
Mr. Rogers was an ex-Marine.
That's what.
Exactly.
You don't think
mean,
he was wearing
he-
Kevlar under that sweater vest?
And he's also got like all of the tattoos up and down his arms, like
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers had.
He was fully strapped for every every episode.
Do you ever wonder why
It
Mr.
is a
Rogers
wonderful
sits the
day in
way
the
he
neighborhood.
does? It's because he has a Bowie knife just like tucked down the back of his pants.
All right. So I like looking at my equipment now. Maury's got a gun. He's got a taser. This seems rude to take to dinner.
So the Kevlar will give you so this lighter version will give you a +1 to your defense.
Great. I will write that down. Coolio. Flamio Hotman.
Protect Dad.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have dinner tonight. Yuri just begins to pull off his sweater and then puts on a button-up shirt. Still hasn't figured out how to tie a tie, so he got a bolo. Slides that up.
It's nice.
Got a cowboy hat too, some spurs.
Reaches into a bag or a box, pulls out a cowboy hat from Locke. Howdy there,
Oh,
partners.
don't. I wouldn't recommend that one. Like takes it, hits a button on the side, and like knives come out, like blades come out.
Like the fucking Mortal Kombat bladed hat.
I was thinking more like
Odd Job.
Odd Job, but yes. Which doesn't work as well with a cowboy hat because they're kind of like curved, but either way.
It's a
think-
boomerang.
I don't
Just
think you'd want that coming
knife
back
the
at
front,
you.
the back.
Could you do that with my hat?
I could get you one like that for your hat, yeah.
Yeah. That sounds cool.
All right, I'll add that to the list.
Thanks.
Does anyone else need any toys while you're here?
Do you have a yo-yo?
Do you want one? Do you want a regular yo-yo or one that explodes?
A regular one.
I don't have a regular one.
It's okay.
I recommend the Dollar Tree down the street.
Yuri begins to leave.
Any other bullshit before dinner, y'all?
My bullshit quota has been fulfilled.
All right, perfect.
Not until
Okay.
6.
You gave Locke the program too for memory retrieval, and Locke is working on that. He needs to do some calibrations, but we'll probably have that ready in the next couple days. Whenever Aiden wants to use it, obviously no pressure. I think that time, or about the time you arrange, comes around, and you hear kind of outside. Because no, you said that you would pick you up at the coffee shop.
shop,
You didn't.
yeah.
You didn't give her the address here. Okay,
No.
because I started to say that somebody pulls up outside. I was like, well, I don't think y'all gave her this.
No,
address
we
just in
said
case.
definitely said the coffee shop.
Yeah. Okay. So you all pack up, change, all looking nice, like you're going to a nice holiday dinner, and you head out, grabbing the mag train, heading closer to downtown where the Happy Bean is. And as you arrive there is a car waiting for you. It's on autopilot. There's no driver or anything in it. But I think as you approach, the sensors detect you, Aiden, and the car door opens.
Hi, car.
There's an AI voice that comes up to you and says, "Hello, Aiden.
Oh.
Your ride is here if you're ready to leave."
Yeah. This is crazy.
Warning, you cannot go back beyond this point.
Save your game, please, before entering the vehicle.
So get in the car.
All right. Everybody climbs in. It's plenty of space for it. This is like finest of luxury. Inside, as you sit down, they're like white leather seats, very like plush leather seats. You don't feel like you're sinking in them, like sitting on a cloud. Essentially two, like a limousine, there's like 2 rows of them on either side of the vehicle. As you sit in, and the door closes, and as soon as it does, the like upper half of the car, kind of the dark panels of it kind of flicker, and then you can see like outside of the car, basically like a virtual sunroof. And the car picks up and begins to glide forward. You can see all around you in real time, as it veers off towards, heading straight, almost directly towards the Sinocorp headquarters tower in the distance. A little bit of light music playing over the speakers. There's chilled drinks in the in a like small fridge off to the side.
Mori pops open a tin of mints and offers one to everyone.
Yuri is absently mindedly pressing the window button up and down.
At some point, a car, like a sensor, goes off and says, "Are you having trouble with the windows?"
No, I'm having fun.
Good for you.
Doing it to the beat of the music.
Eventually, you do that a little bit longer, and it locks, and then just like slowly closes
Aw.
as the child lock on the window engages.
Yuri crawls to the other side and begins to play with that window instead.
Oh, you're gonna
I think Aiden's
break.
Please don't break my mom's car.
I'm gonna give this AI a headache.
The car just starts to say, please, I am prone to migraines.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Was there something you're gonna do?
No, I just think Aiden is a little uncharacteristically quiet.
You okay?
As you, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just asked Aiden if he's okay.
Yeah. It's just kind of, surreal, I guess.
We're all here with you.
What if she doesn't like me?
I mean, she seemed to like you a lot at the coffee shop.
Yeah, but she thought I was dead until then, so...
I feel like if she didn't like you, she would know that by now.
You're pretty hard not to like.
Thanks.
The vehicle kind of careens past the Cinecorp tower, and you get probably the closest look most of you have ever had at this monumental structure, over 300 stories tall. The kind of passing beside it, I think the panels of the car kind of blocks out most of that like glaring neon light, but you do see the huge Cinecorp logo next to you as it careens down, then begins to slow and descend down towards the bay, and you get a look at the ocean. There's this essentially like inlet on this side near Central Ward, just off of where the Corp headquarters is located, and there are a lot of very like luxurious essentially housing in this area. Mostly it's like condominiums and like penthouses. There's not really like individual estates except for a few, and your vehicle heads towards one of them that is located on the water, and sort of nesting up against this like crescent moon shaped inlet. The estate is massive. It's probably like two major wings kind of flank out a central building. There's a large circular drive that leads up to the front entrance of the home, with a fountain out in front of it, a garage off to one side, and a little bit of like kind of a sprawling hilly kind of yard behind it with trees, mangroves. It's less of like that perfectly manicured like green lawn and more of like a kind of lush like natural greenery, almost like a kind of a garden behind it, with a little like water features and stuff flowing through it. But the vehicle lands out front of this estate, and as it comes to a safe, effortless halt, the door opens, and that same AI voice says, "You may disembark."
Thanks,
Mom
car.
arms. Can Amaris just do a quick look around the place? Just, make sure there aren't like snipers on the roof or anything.
Sure, yeah. Do a perception check.
Okay. I'm gonna use my perceptive trick so I get an extra. So I get to ask a question even if I am not successful.
Okay. Yeah, go to my checks thing. So what? Perception, insight?
Yeah. So that's gonna be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 9, 11. I did get both I'm always safe in the darkness and you don't have to be alone if you don't want to be.
I don't think the darkness one's going to apply here.
Okay.
I'll give it to you on the second one.
Woohoo! Okay. So that is a 15.
Okay. 15. Let's ask 3 questions.
Okay.
That's including the extra questions, 2 questions plus the one you always get.
Okay. Is there a list of questions, or does that
No,
just make it up? Cool.
You just ask anything you want.
Does it look like there's any like extra surveillance around here?
Not in necessarily personnel, but you do notice some security cameras that are outside the perimeter of the house. Nothing that you wouldn't expect from an estate of this size. But you don't see any people on the roofs or anything like that.
Okay. Is there a way to perhaps, I don't know, block Mori from view as we enter?
Probably the only way to actually block him from view, like you wouldn't be able to fully block him from view to go up to the front steps.
But like facially.
Doesn't Mori have the obscuring
is Mori still
thing?
wearing the...
Are you wearing your fake Tom Cruise mask?
He probably could, but she does know that he's coming, right?
Yeah, she does. That was part of the reason for the meeting.
Feels a little bit disingenuous to put on a fake face.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you would have to physically block his face in order to go up, but that's up to Mori whether he wants to do that.
I mean, in his mind, he is genuinely going to come here for dinner, and he's going to hand over his little dossier, and we're gonna have a nice civil conversation about this.
Okay. What looks like are there any, basically trying to find exit strategies if we have to
What's
get
my
out of
best
here.
way in? What's my best way
What's
out?
my best way in? What's my best way out?
Honestly, like it really depends on what the situation would be, but you have a couple of options. This front drive here leads out to the bay. Like it kind of goes along this waterway, so you really wouldn't have much anywhere to go if you're trying to make a run for it here, unless you jumped into the water or were running into the city. Probably the most cover that you saw coming down would have been in the back where this like garden is. That was pretty well obscured from the from sight as you were descending. However, that is sort of flanked. I mean, it doesn't just go all the way to like the jungle or anything. It does have a limit, and the boundaries of which are flanked by other estates that are located out here.
Okay. Pretty good. All right. I guess Aiden, go first.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay. All right. Aiden, you head up to the front door, and as you I'm trying to think of how. Yeah, I mean, I think as you approach the front door, it opens. And standing there, smiling, wearing a not like overly formal dress. I would say it's like a understated blue, like a modest kind of neckline, and kind of flares out a bit towards like the knees. But is your mom, is Crystal. And she steps out like with a big smile, and says, I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, me too. You remember Amaris? This is
Mars, it's great to see you again.
this
Nice
is
to see you too, Mrs. Rose.
Yuri.
Yuri steps behind Amaris and peeks to the side.
Yuri, it's nice to meet you. I'm Crystal.
Hello.
Hold out a hand to shake yours.
And this is Mori.
This must be Mori. Hi.
Very nice to meet you. Reaches out. Handshake.
Crystal as well. You can leave formalities, please. Why don't you step inside?
Yeah.
And you do. You step in. She closes the door, and you step in this like front foyer, which is it's this like big open space that leads back to some sort of like living area as well. Essentially, like there's this front entryway with this marble, like green marble flooring that like steps down into like a white hardwood like expanse, the floor that like leads back to a living area. There's a couple of like there's a short like glass coffee table with a couple of chairs around it. Everything is very like clean, modern, and there is a whole lot of like extra around here. It's very like sparse, but in that kind of hyper modern. There's a couple of like art pieces as well that are off to the sides of the room, but there are also some photographs as well on the walls. And you see one that immediately catches your eye, which is a large photograph of Crystal, though she looks about 15 years younger in this photograph, with a young boy as well that's wearing a nice like suit. They look very dressed up for this photo, and he's like standing next to her, and she's sitting down with a hand on her shoulder, and the little boy looks like a younger Aiden. And she says, I guess let's go back towards the kitchen. I don't feel the need to be overly... So, to let you all know, I sent the staff home. So it's just the 5 of us here. I figured privacy was probably best given what Aiden had told me and kind of what we were going to be discussing. So they did prepare food. I'm an awful cook. So they've went ahead and prepared dinner, but it's all ready in the kitchen, and rather than serving and going into the dining area, I figured we'd just eat at the kitchen table.
Okay.
We brought some wine.
Oh, thank you. She looks it over and says, well, I'll get this open. Let's go back and get some drinks then. I'd like to learn more about all of you. So yeah, she leads you back towards the kitchen, and you can see there is food that has been prepared. Looks like it is some sort of like fish, like baked fish, with a couple of other like vegetable sides and stuff as well. Everything is like, I mean, the silverware, the presentation, everything is what you would imagine to be very formal. But she kind of heads in and gets down some plates and kind of moves around the kitchen, opens up a couple drawers. Like, she doesn't do this very often, because you imagine she doesn't, finally finds the bottle open. She's here it is, and opens up the bottle, pours a glass for everyone, and she says, help yourself to the food. We can sit over here. So everybody, I imagine, gets themselves some food, or are people abstaining?
I mean, Aiden's gonna eat.
Okay. And she leads you to a small, like, the kitchen table is this probably like 8 foot wide circular like white wooden table, which is in this like inside, what's the word I'm looking for, this kind of like an alcove with a
like
big,
a nook.
Yeah, like a nook with a big like glass panoramic window which actually looks out over the water. Um and yeah, you'll get your food and you sit down and taste the wine, and everything is seems to be in order, as nervous as you are. And she says, so Aiden, any of this looking familiar to you?
Not really.
Oh,
No.
that's fine. I'd hoped.
It's pretty though.
Yeah. The fish was one of your favorites when you were living here. So I was hoping that might stir something up. But
Well, it smells really good.
good. And I'm sorry, I didn't ask if there were any dietary restrictions for the rest of you. I hope this is okay.
Full mouth of food, looks up to Miss Rose and gives a thumbs up.
Good.
None that I'm aware of.
Good.
If there is, I guess we'll find out together.
Well, I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, I'll pass along compliments. I didn't make any of this, so. Anyway, I don't really know where to start with any of this. I guess thank you, all of you, for taking care of Aiden. From what he said, it seems like he's been through a lot, and the four of you have been sort of a family for him, so that means a lot. We don't have a lot of family, so.
Well, we all look out for each other, and Aiden makes it really easy to care about him, so.
If anything, Aiden's the one taking care of me, so thank you.
You're welcome. So, any questions for me?
I don't really know where to start.
What have you been feeding him? Looks over to the tiny Aiden on the wall, then just looks back at Eden.
As much as he could get his hands on.
That hasn't
Oh.
changed.
He had a real big obsession over specific foods when he was younger. It was kind of a picky eater at first, and well, we had to work around that. Would only eat yellow foods. I swear.
Well, a lot of the times people grow out of that.
Yeah. We had to get playful with food coloring.
Bless.
It's really adorable.
Really, though, I know I have a lot of questions, and I'm sure Aiden and maybe the rest of you have the same. And I want you to know I want to help however I can. It seems like there's a lot going on that I don't know about, and I don't fully understand the weight of it and what you all are doing. But you seem like good enough people, and I don't get the impression that Aiden has fallen under a bad influence or has been taken advantage of. So whatever I can do to help, truly.
That means a lot for you to say that. I certainly feel like I, in particular, have a lot to talk about, but I think that could wait until after dinner.
Right. Mori, you work at, or you did work at the city planning office?
Yeah, that's kind of in question at the moment.
Did you enjoy your work there?
Immensely.
I know we've had our challenges over the last 10 years or so, and I'm sure we could use more people like yourself in those positions. People that understand more about what's going on in the city. Sorry,
sure that's
I
true.
assume I made an assumption because Aiden informed me that he is a parseling, and I was sort of making an assumption that the rest of you were too.
Long, awkward silence.
It's fine,
Forks
really.
scraping dishes.
I'm not meaning to sound judgmental. I've seen seeing what happened at the research station, and based on some inferences that Aiden made, it wasn't hard to put two and two together. You don't have to say anything. I'm not expecting confirmation. I just want you to know that this is a safe place to talk about that.
What do you know about what was going on at the research facility before it was redone?
Right. Aiden had asked me about that. Honestly, not much. I only knew what the staff there reported to us, and from what I'm understanding, perhaps to my suspicion, confirming my suspicions, those reports were not entirely accurate. Based on what I had been advised, that it was being used to study parasites for potential cures if needed, or at least a better understanding of what was causing the infection and where it was coming from. But anyway, the official story at that time was that the lab had been destroyed due to lingua infestation.
Not inaccurate when you consider the facts. Though I'm afraid there was a little bit more than just study of parasites going on at that facility. And he's gonna pull out his manila folder and slide her the lenticular.
Takes that and kind of slides her plate to the side and begins to kind of skim through it. And you can see kind of sighing heavily as she reads through more and more of it. I could use more wine.
Yuri just slides his across the table. He hasn't touched it all.
Yuri, if you want anything else, there's plenty in the fridge.
He looks around at the group for confirmation that yes, he can raid the fridge.
Get me a root beer.
So, comes back. Amaris, there's like a fountain soda dispenser on their fridge.
You're like reading my mind. I was literally about to say that. They've got
It's fancy enough.
Yeah.
Passing the brain cell around.
Essentially any sort of like any drink that's a combination of sugar and flavoring you can have.
Just 2 root beers. Amaris, what is a float?
It has ice cream in it usually.
Yuri turns on the spot, walks into the kitchen.
Oh, the ice cream machine is actually in the pantry. If that's what you're looking for.
Machine.
Yuri's gone for the remainder of the scene.
They find Yuri just like chalk outline on the floor. You know what happened? Too much ice cream.
Just full on mouth contact with the dispenser.
You know that thing they tell you not to do with the frozen yogurt machine? Yuri does it.
Yeah. She drinks some more wine and looks over and says, well, I can't say this comes as a complete surprise, but I suppose a part of me was hoping that the rumors weren't true.
I'm afraid to say that where there's smoke, there's fire. Usually rumors don't come out of nothing.
I'm sure you have your own suspicions as my involvement in any of this, and I wish that I could say that I do much of anything around the company these days. Everything comes to me through 4 levels of management, and my work is so broad scope that I'm afraid I don't see most of this going on.
So, who would have been directly responsible then?
At the time of this, it would have been, well, as I told Aiden, Dr. Els and Dr. Geller, maybe a few others that worked on their teams, but they're the names that come to mind first.
My mom works for Dr. Geller.
She works in our biomedical research department. Well, I don't deal much with Kalis personally. Kalis
You're
reports
lucky.
directly to our chief of science, since he was demoted after the incident. Though I know he has a great amount of support on the board for his initiatives, so. Anyway. I could perhaps bring this to the board and, well, maybe having this evidence in front of them would be enough for them to do something about it.
I'm assuming that it hasn't gotten this far without at least some people on the board being more than aware of rumors.
As I said, Kalis has friends on the executive board, and I would be very confident that they have turned a blind eye to his experiments.
What would it take to enact direct action?
I suppose something public that the board couldn't sweep under the rug. The problem with the information being proprietary is that it, well, stays confidential unless it's leaked or made public.
That is, I think you're on the right track there. But people being loud about inconvenient topics without the proper protections usually wind up disappearing sooner or later.
You're right. And it wouldn't, well, it would be difficult for anyone in your positions, the four of you, to do anything. I suppose that this information is best left to me then.
Is no one else gonna say that sounds very dangerous?
Everything we do kind of sounds dangerous at this point.
I'm not, I can understand your concern. I'm not scared of Kalis. Or Darwin.
That's Elsa's name?
Yes.
Darwin Els. Well, I think we already told you that maybe you should be.
Right, the imposter. I'll need to do something about that first, then. I haven't really thought much about what I could do in that situation. If somebody said they're a parseling.
Kind of more than that.
Incoherent? Right. If that's the case, then it's even more imperative that I do something sooner rather than later. Somebody dangerous who's infiltrated our walls, that could lead to a lot of problems. Thank you for bringing this to me.
There's another issue. When the facility went down the first time, the children that were being experimented on there, were moved into the city and made admins. And now they're reliant on a chemical that Cinecorp develops to keep living and suppress their parasites.
Okay, nothing really should surprise me anymore at this point, but that one caught me off guard. This is a Cinecorp project.
Yeah.
According to some of the people who are in it.
Do you have a name for the person that somebody I can speak to that's a part of this? If you can't, that's fine. I can do some research on my own, but
I think we'd need to ask them first.
all right, it's fine. I suppose my point being, if somebody came forward about something like that, I'm not aware of any projects I could have my. I suppose I couldn't ask my assistant. I'll look into that as well and see what I can find.
They called the whole project subtext, I think.
Okay. It doesn't ring a bell. But given everything else going on, if there is some sort of off-the-books project like that, that wouldn't surprise me. Well, the conversation got a bit heavier than I expected, yes.
I don't know how to ask this in a way that doesn't sound bad. Is there anything that we could do to help you that you wouldn't be able to do? Like, legally speaking?
Crimes?
Well, I don't know, but I'm sure there is. What that would be, I don't know if I could say.
Well, let me put it this way. Do you know that less than 40% of existing parselings are registered with Cinecorp?
That number seems accurate based on what I know.
A person afflicted with a parasite is not likely to self-identify as a parceling to a greater authority, and it's because they don't feel safe doing so. The system has failed them. It's broken.
You're right. It's not a comfortable truth to hear, but you're right. There need to be better protections in place for all of this. So, and a lot of that comes from the people in my position and with the board. The registration process and reporting for parasite infections is, well, draconian is probably an understatement. Yes.
What do dragons have to do with it?
She just laughs at that.
I know what draconian means. I was trying to lighten the mood.
I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. If this works, if putting this information out there can perhaps weed out the infected portions of our corporate structure, the bad apples, you might say, then perhaps we can start anew. Have something more equitable in place.
Well, considering that one of the cases that your fleet of inspectors has been working on has rapidly come to a close, Mori's going to kind of raise an eyebrow at Aiden. Maybe it's time to open some new investigations.
You're right. And that does remind me, I spoke with my legal team, and they're filing the appropriate motions with the courts to have the charges dropped against you, Mori.
Thank you.
That's
That's big relief.
well, after speaking with my legal team and advising them that my son is healthy and happy and found, and that he has confirmed has not been kidnapped, I felt there was no reason to continue pressing charges, and though normally such a thing would require a testimony from Aiden, I felt that that wasn't appropriate given the situation, so I might have used a bit of my pull to expedite the process. And I did tell Aiden, perhaps falsely, that I would wait until after we spoke to do so, but I decided to trust my son's judgment and act on that now. Though I do want to understand, Mori, from what I have heard, some rather sinister connections towards, or allegations have been made connecting you with some unsavory actions.
I'd be interested in reading these allegations and knowing exactly what people are bringing against me. I also know that, there are some unsavory people out there who would like to see me very uncomfortable.
From what I read and what I was told, the allegations came from some witnesses identifying you as some criminal mastermind. I believe the alias was Memento.
Go stuff some fish into his mouth. Well, I do know that there has been a Memento working in the city recently and has been working very hard to pin his actions on me.
But they were not your actions.
No.
I think she gives you a long look.
Sorry. I can't keep a poker face, but Mori can.
Yeah, I know. And then gives like a nod and says, well, consider that business done then.
The imposter? They're kind of the one that has been doing that.
Right.
Well, then perhaps we can kill two birds with one stone.
Before we go throwing stones at any birds, let's see if we can extend the metaphor here. This bird might be able to sing. That is to say, he could be a witness in specifically the case surrounding the research station.
Well, I had perhaps an incorrect metaphor. I was not going to set a hit squad after this person.
Of course not. No.
It's not
I'm just the fucking secret police in the closet. Like, oh man,
slide back behind the curtains.
But I have
this
contracts.
mental image of like a bunch of boots just sticking out from behind all of the curtains. Like,
I have contacts with administration and can pass the information along to them to begin their investigation into Dr. Geller and Dr. Els. All right. Before I suppose to move the subject to something better, I did dust off some things, Aiden, that I thought you might appreciate if you wanted to see your old room, see if there's anything there that you want, or that, or I don't know, it might help you remember anything.
yeah, okay.
The rest of you can come, or you can stay here and continue enjoying the ice cream.
Do you have any old photo albums?
Of Aiden when he was younger? I think I do. I have a lot of photos saved from. Well, I'll grab them.
Yuri's gonna lean over to Amaris. $5 says that there's one where he's baby naked bare ass on a bearskin rug.
I'm looking for a sailor suit, mainly.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That Aiden was a super fashionable baby.
Yeah. So Aiden, she does take you to your wing of the estate. If anybody else wants to come, they can too.
Mori will tag along, just sort of chatting idly about Aiden's current interests, trying to like compare notes and maybe jog his memory. Just sort of like, oh yeah, Aiden painted a magnificent mural over on 3rd Street. Here, hold on, let's see. I think I've got a picture on my phone.
You're embarrassing me.
I am going to put Van on the spot a little bit here because I do want your input on kind of what. So essentially, Aiden had his wing. It wasn't just like his room, but there were like a couple of rooms that essentially he could use for whatever he wanted. And I'm curious as to like what you think Aiden would have had back here. Like, what does this room look like? What sort of things are in there?
I think it's probably just like a much nicer, more expensive version of what he has now. Like I don't think he's a completely different person now. I think a lot of that, like his different paths and stuff, just have to do with like the circumstances that he was put in.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I think unlike the rest of the house, it's probably just like stuffed with shit. Like it's not like messy necessarily, but just like
More homey,
yeah,
cozy.
Aiden likes more kitsch.
it's colorful.
Yeah. So maybe a lot of knickknacks, collectibles, things like that from places they Aiden traveled.
Yeah.
And I think there are lots of, because I imagine Aiden probably didn't go to school here in Sinnoh and probably went to a university overseas. There's probably a lot of photos of Aiden traveling.
Yeah, I was thinking he's probably just got like a wall where he's just like hung up a ton of pictures.
Aiden was a Rhodes Scholar.
Yeah. Going over like, Aiden on the beaches of Ohio. Again, the water level much different than it was now. And the sunken city of Paris.
Literally the library at Alexandria, but it's like Neo Alexandria.
Yeah. The great beaches of the Colorados, yeah. But yeah, I mean, lots of stuff like that. I imagine Aiden is somebody who's pretty well traveled, probably a lot of postcards, a lot of knickknacks, and
Yeah.
anything else at kitsch. Yeah. And so, I mean, you have your bedroom, which is like a studio apartment. And you have I think there are a couple of other rooms in this wing besides just like your usual bathroom. There's a closet about the size of a bedroom with like just all sorts. It's like a rainbow spectrum of color. Do you think is Aiden the type that arranges his clothes by color, arranges them by type of clothing, or
By color.
both? Yeah. Is it just like all of the reds clothing over here,
Yeah.
and then all of the blues and purple clothing over here? Love it. And then yeah, I was trying to think if you were into do you think that the art stuff is entirely new, or is something that Aiden maybe explored as a hobby.
No, I think it's probably a hobby that he had before.
Okay. So do you think
Because
it's
he
like a
does
small-
also just have like a lot of technical skill that.
Uh-huh. So maybe there was like a small like studio as well for painting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love it. And your mom just kind of stays silent as you can walk around. And is there anything that Aiden maybe like takes?
I don't know. I don't know if he wants to take anything yet. I think it's just kind of like looking, especially like looking over the pictures, like to see if he remembers any of the people in them. I don't think he does, but
Yeah. Yeah, you probably don't remember anybody in the photos just yet. A lot of friendly faces, big smiles.
oh, what about the folks from the research facility?
Oh yeah, there's probably like a more recent photo, like one of the most recent photos that's here is probably like in your bedroom, and it is a photo of you and the rest of the research staff, kind of like giving big thumbs up as you're standing outside of the lab on that air, essentially like on that concourse area that y'all got in your big fight in
Mhm.
last time. Your mom asks, says, I kept everything pretty much the way it was the last time you were here. Obviously, we covered some things up so they didn't need to continue to dust in here, but I had them uncover it when we made our arrangements. So, anything in here is yours.
This is awesome.
I'm glad you think so.
Bigger than my apartment.
Well, I tried to give you as much space as possible.
Sorry, I wish I remembered it.
It's okay. Looks to Mori and says, "Oh, Morris wanted photos. I think it'd be here." Like, kind of roots around, goes through some other rooms, and finds like some cabinets and pulls out a digital drive with where all the photos would be saved, essentially like a digital picture book. And says, "I'll go bring this to Amaris. If you want to take some time over here, look around, you're welcome to."
Sure thing. He'll wait until she vacates the room and then just sort of look over at Aiden. So, what do you think?
I mean, it's really cool.
I meant your mother.
Oh, she's a really nice lady.
I've been thinking about it, and honestly, I don't think you need to be worried about her liking you. Now, you seem to have her pretty smitten. I think she should be more worried about whether or not you like her.
She probably is.
I think I'd be too.
You know, she said I could come back and stay here.
If you want. Seems pretty nice.
It's kind of far from 47.
Ah, well. She's got that self-driving car.
That's true.
Just a scoot away.
I'll think about it.
Well, people have worse commutes.
That's true.
I think he's gonna walk up to a Like, is it within reason for there to be like an easel or something in the corner?
Sure.
He's just gonna walk up to it and just start flipping through sketches. Here, come have a look at this. Maybe something will jog your memory.
Goes over and looks.
I was imagining Aiden's art like before their memory loss is a lot, because Aiden does a lot of like abstract work and stuff now.
Mhm.
That maybe it was more like landscapes and actual like
More
like portraiture,
constructionist.
yeah, and like actual like memories, and that's like the split between the two is everything's just a little more concrete.
I'm pretty good.
Oh, well. You don't need anyone to tell you that.
Do you think this whole finding the memories again or whatever is gonna work?
I don't know. Is it important to you?
Yeah. It's important to me now. I didn't really used to care, but I also didn't know I had family here, so kind of changes things.
Then I do think it'll work, actually.
Just that easy?
If you want it badly enough, you'll do what it takes to make it happen. You're just that kind of guy.
This is really weird.
I want you to know if they do wind up tracking down Ego, there's no way he doesn't testify against me for my time as Memento.
Okay.
There may come a day where I have to answer for a few of the things that I've done.
Yeah. That day comes for everybody.
We'll make the most of the time that we have.
I've said it before, but I think everybody deserves a chance to make things right. So, if you have things you need to make right, then we'll do that. But you don't have
I've been
to do
trying
it
to
by
make
yourself.
I've been trying to make things right for a long time. It's a daily process.
I don't want you to think that we're going to think poorly of you.
He's gonna flip through the sketches silently for a few minutes.
While this is happening, Amaris, Crystal comes back with the digital photo album for you to look through, and starts with baby photos of Aiden.
Do I owe Yuri $10? Is there a little bare ass one on like a little like
God,
rug
there
or
has to
something?
be. There's one thing. These are all professional photographs. Like 100%. All these are like hundreds of just professional, like high quality photographs. And Aiden was a very photogenic baby. But yeah, bare ass on a like a white rug.
Just without taking it out, just takes one hand, opens her bag, pulls out her wallet, and just hands Yuri a $10 bill.
Yuri's walking past with like an enormous punch bowl he's found in one of the cupboards, takes the $5 and disappears into the pantry.
While this is happening, or while you're filling up on froyo or ice cream or whatever.
Oh, he's not filling up on froyo. He has summoned me into the pantry, put like a bunch of ice cream into the punch bowl, and just put it down.
That can't be good for him.
He's a ink spirit fox. Like, he can do what he wants.
I'm not saying he can't.
I'm thinking, like, what is Mi's aspect? What does he have to consume to maintain his form?
They never put that down for the NPC list for creating in pigeons, so mostly he just eats what Yuri eats.
His aspect is hungry.
Hungry.
However, while you're giving this to me, your phone rings, Yuri.
Who's it?
I think he gave you his number, so it's Roy.
Oh. Hello.
You hear kind of like mumbling in the background, like there's a lot of background noise, and then you hear kind of a door slam, and then there's silence, and like an echoey as Roy speaks. There's like an echoey quality to it, like he's stepped into like a bathroom or something, and it says, "Yuri, I don't have a lot of time. Something's going on. I don't know what, but I need to give you and everyone else heads up. Make sure you let Evelyn know too. All of the subtext agents have been recalled back to Central Ward. Apparently there's some sort of threat. I don't really know what's going on right now, but you need to be prepared. Something's happening. I'll give you more information when I can."
Where are you?
I am at Sinocorp headquarters right now, so I don't have a lot of time to talk. This line isn't secure.
I'll see you later then.
All right.
Yeah, Yuri clicks the phone, reaches a hand out to me, and just reabsorbs them back into his body, like mid-lick of ice cream. The door to the pantry just opens up, and just makes his way over to Amaris and Miss Rose. We've got a problem.
Well, what's going on?
All of the agents and subtext have been recalled, and something big's going down.
Okay, I
Where?
can make some calls and see if I can trace that to where it's happening.
They're here at Sinocorp. Our contact has told me that they'll try and get into contact with us once again after this meeting's gone down, but it sounds like nothing good's happening.
Amaris, do a pull for perception for me.
Oh no, is this gonna be a raid?
I did pull time to be a nosy bitch.
I don't know if this is so much nosy.
As noticing the boots underneath the curtain that are shuffling awkwardly.
Yeah, I also got I'm always safe in the darkness.
I don't think that'll work either.
And less tell, more beg.
Also no.
Okay. I'm scared, so I'm gonna burn a diamond to turn that into a 4 of spades. So that's a 13.
13. Okay. As Yuri is saying that, you put down the drive that you're holding, and you look over, and the wine glass sitting on the table that Crystal was drinking out of, you see ripples form on it. And then again.
They're coming.
And
here.
then again. And then you look kind of like catching out of the corner of your eye from the kitchen table. You can see there is a this like overgrowth, the trees, the mangroves in the back kind of like shift, and you watch as one of them cracks and it gets snapped in half, and then something in there hurls the tree straight towards the house. And you're just watching as the last thing that you're seeing here is this massive, like,
Can I
like,
jump and
1,000-pound tree
tackle Ms. Rose to the ground?
hurling in your direction, and that's where we're gonna take our break.
Fuck! Can I tackle her to the ground though?
Yes, yeah. We'll
Can
do
I
that
stand there
when we come
comically and
back.
get hit?
Yes, that too. We can do that when we
Bang,
come
is that
back.
you?
What?
So let's take a break here, y'all.
Ah!
Ooh, buddy.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We're gonna take a short break and refresh ourselves for the second half of the stream. So we encourage you to do the same. Get some water, stretch, walk
Also,
around.
everyone, we just ate, so up your potential and your perseverance.
That's right. We did just eat. So yeah, do all that too. And but yeah, we will go do all that. We should be back in a few minutes, so stay tuned. Welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us while we took our break. We're going to go ahead and jump right back into things. Rocks fall, everyone dies. All right, new characters. No, you, Amaris, we get this freeze frame as something has just hurled a massive uprooted tree straight towards the house, where you are sitting with Crystal, Aiden's mom, and Yuri is standing not too far away.
I think she just really does like the very loud action movie. Everybody get down! And then just like, yeah, like tackles Ms.
All
Rose
right.
to the ground.
I'm going to have you do a dodge roll, I think.
Okay.
Let's see. Nope, that's panic. I'm not going to have you roll to panic.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Appreciate
And it's
it.
a free action.
Crying is a free action.
I was looking to see if there's something different than... No, I think dodging works too. This will work for both of you. So, you're looking for clubs. The check is...
Clubs. Right.
How do you do dodge? Okay. I'm looking here. Dodging will take up a simple action to purposely avoid being wounded. You may not take... You asking defense, only feed. Simple action to purposely hurt. Does it tell you what to roll? It's just saying check perseverance, insight, finesse, cunning divided by 2.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Those numbers one more time.
Perseverance,
Uh-huh.
insight,
Insight is a 3.
finesse,
Finesse is a...
and cunning.
Finesse is a
Isn't that just your
3.
defense roll?
Is that the same as your defense?
Yeah.
I don't
Looks
know.
exactly like your defense. Yeah. Perseverance,
cunning.
insight, finesse, and cunning. Yeah.
Okay.
Divided by 2.
So you're gonna
Yeah.
so whatever your defense is, that's
It's
what
a-
you're drawing.
5. Okay, I'm drawing 5.
Okay.
You got 5 defense.
I do. My insight and my cunning are both pretty high.
That explains it.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Not bad, not bad, not bad.
Not bad.
And I will roll for the attack.
I feel like this is important.
I'm gonna-
So I'm gonna burn another of these diamonds and turn this 6 of spades into a club. So we're doing 15s today. So 15.
5.
Okay. So when you dodge, you get to roll that and add it to your defense. And that is what your so that's what your defense is against this attack.
Nice,
So
nice.
Okay, so it's a 20.
okay.
8.
And No, I need to roll.
And this is a high intensity scene, so these stay to the side. Yes. Okay.
I rolled a 16, so you succeed in avoiding it.
Does that mean Mrs. Rose also succeeds in
I'm
avoiding
gonna
it
give
since I
that
tackled her?
Yeah, I'm gonna give that too. The tree comes crashing through the side of the house here, and you push and are able to, like, it's like inches away from the two of you, grapple her, pull her to the side like Spider-Man 2 with the car coming in through the window, just missing the tree by inches. Yuri, I'm debating if I let you get a chance to dodge. I'm gonna let you have a chance to dodge too.
It's an 8. I'm taking 8 points of damage.
Okay. All right. You take your 8 wounds. Yes, wounds. As the tree smashes into you, and you are sent flying back. Aiden and Mori, you definitely hear this coming from somewhere in the house. Like the whole house shakes.
I think Aiden just takes off running.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Mori tails him.
All right, I'm gonna have everyone. What's everyone's initiative? Everyone do their initiative.
Mine is 4.
Don't forget you draw a
9.
card and then.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Sorry. 8.
12.
7.
Also 12.
Okay. So
After you roll or pull your initiative, I'm gonna cold read Aiden. So go ahead and draw the first card and decide whether or not to keep it.
who got the 8? Okay, and Moore got a 7.
No, I got an 8.
Oh,
I
sorry.
also got an 8.
Yeah. So I got the 7. More got the 8. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Liar.
I thought they were meaning the defense roll.
That's fine. All right, I got a 9.
Is he missing?
All right. Sorry, what was happening? Somebody was taking an action too. There was something somebody was doing.
Mori was.
It was a cold read.
Oh, you're doing cold read. Okay. Well, I would say more you and Aiden kind of burst onto the scene here in this situation as Yuri and Amaris are recovering from this massive tree that has just smashed out like the south side of the living room wall, and you can see these gardens beyond. And stepping closer with big lumbering footfalls is about a 20-foot tall, like crimson or like maroon colored creature that looks humanoid, but it has a I'm looking for my picture for description. It has like bloated muscles and legs that's just like massive towering shape, and metal that is welded throughout its entire body, and its arms are sort of dragging behind it as extended off of each of these arms, like cut off at the wrists, are weapons. On its right arm is a jagged blade, and on its left arm is a chain attached to a flail of some kind, or like a wrecking ball. And I will show this to all of you.
What they doing later? Oh, he big.
And that's what it looks like.
How
Okay.
many days has it been now since our last big fight?
A couple.
Okay.
Amaris and Aiden, the two of you are at the same initiative count, so you're going first.
Fuck. I guess since we're going at the same time, is just gonna look at Aiden like parse. Is just gonna like, I guess, not getting high, staying low, but like sort of push toward Mrs. Rose. Like,
It would be a very inappropriate time to get high right now.
yeah, Mrs. Rose, woo. We'll like push her and be like, get to the pantry. Do you have a panic room or something? Just go, get safe, go. And we'll just, I guess, reach out for Aiden.
Crystal kind of begins to like push across the floor. I don't think she's fully gotten to her feet, but it's just like crawling off from underneath the wreckage here, across the floor, like towards where Mori is still standing as Aiden approaches where you are sort of seated, Amaris, and the two of you touch hands, and you can parse. So what do you want to do as time slows around you?
You're a really cute baby. Also, okay, we have to save your mom now. Let's see.
I could make Aiden big again.
Yeah.
Kaiju fight.
Kaiju fight.
Maybe not as horrifying as last time.
Yeah.
Remember, it's just the two of you parsing.
Yeah.
So don't parse beyond your means.
Just dead.
Okay,
Also, don't
Dad.
forget about your paragraph abilities.
Yes, right.
So we could do some kind of buff, essentially.
Yeah,
Because
well, you
Aiden's
have
gonna
the
run out
ability
there
to
anyway, so.
lower the success threshold by
Yeah,
one tier when parsing. But it just depends on what you want to do. So, let's start with the intent. What is the intent of this parse?
Buffing the shit out of Aiden.
Okay. Then let's talk about aspects. So what can we... So you're trying to buff Aiden in this fight.
I mean, to lead, I've got blood. I think maybe you're leading on this one. I think you're better at the physical
Embodiment.
buffing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I also have blood, so.
Okay, so you
Okay.
could do blood, and then Amaris, do you have an aspect or an augment that would be appropriate to add to that?
We're lacing you up. Ready
Okay,
for
just
combat?
visualizing
Or
That could work. Like if you're going with like blood lace, that would be more of like almost like a self-healing kind of. I'm imagining more of like a Wolverine
That's
kind of
exactly
thing.
what I was about to say.
ooh, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So you're not making Aiden any bigger or stronger, but just Aiden
like-
can take a lot more punishment.
Yes.
I like that.
Okay.
All right.
On the wrong part.
All right. Well, I'm thinking of something creative for that. So here's what I'm gonna say. So major parse. I mean, this is pretty supernatural, so that's probably going to be closer to a grand parse. But we could probably flavor it as a major parse, but it'll have less. There'll be less damage. You're going to be able to heal. Essentially, like I'm imagining, like major parse is going to be like a more like accelerated healing, maybe a little bit more like durability. Grand parse is like full Wolverine level.
What's
say
the
go
threshold
grand.
for a grand?
21.
-7 because
If you do
select
if you
thing.
choose to use that ability, which you can only use once per scene. So assuming that you all aren't going to want to use this again, which this might be the best time to do it since there's only two of
It's
you.
just the two of us.
Yeah.
I say let's
After-
use it and go.
Okay.
Yeah, do the grand and let's use it.
After the creature's turn, y'all can all get on the same initiative turn if you want to.
Okay.
But for right now, y'all are the only people going before the creature. All right, so both of you spend syllables. And then let's figure out our count.
And if we're doing that one, we have to spend an extra syllable, right?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Y'all are
spend
the
an
abilities.
additional.
Okay.
Spend an additional syllable when parsing. So we got to spend 2. Are you good to spend 2, Aiden?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
back up to 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
so.
same.
Okay. So, spending 2, which I don't know. did we decide both of you have to, or just one of you has to spend the extra syllable?
Let's read it just in case. Let's see.
Last time we all did it, but
Yeah.
Listen, we can learn from our mistakes.
yeah.
It just says cost, spend an additional syllable when parsing. That's all it says.
I think I'm gonna. Maybe we did that wrong last time. That to me, now looking at it, makes me think that it's just one additional syllable. So somebody has to spend an additional syllable when parsing.
We're
So-
both at 4. Amaris can do it. That's
Okay.
fine.
All right. So let's do our count. So Aiden, what is your embodiment?
5.
Okay, and then you will have an extra.
2
one-
from Amaris. Or no, 1 from Amaris since Amaris is contributing.
It's one for. I always forget the rule. I think it's one additional card for each person contributing to the parse. That sounds right to me. So you will have parse creation. There we go. Yeah, you will have 1 for each additional augment. So that's 6 cards for you, Aiden.
Okay.
And then Amaris, you get to draw 2.
2. Okay. And then, Aiden, did you do your look at the top card thing
Yeah.
from Mori? Okay.
Yeah. So the draw for this, you're looking for clubs, and the draw is 6, 8, 8.
Okay.
So you're looking for 8s or lower.
Thank God.
And what are we trying to meet?
14.
14.
I've got a 6 for you.
Okay, I've got 8 without doing anything, and I've got some diamonds. So
So that puts you right at a 14 without spending
Yeah,
any
that's
more
14.
resources. All right.
Let's do it.
You can do that. Easy. Good use of the ability then, so you didn't have to spend anything else. Okay, here's what I'm thinking for a grand parse then. Let's talk about what the effect of this is going to be. Because I think I might have to go a bit off book here. I'm going to say, because I don't want to do any more checks. Let's see, how's the easiest way to do this? If we're going for the self-healing, I guess, Aiden, what would you rather have? Self-healing or resistance?
that's tough. Let's do resistance.
Okay, so
Yeah.
more of something increasing your defense?
Yeah.
Okay, then I will increase your defense by... Where's the... Parses. Parse, where'd you go? There we go. Where's the suggestions? I'll increase your defense by 3.
Okay.
Which I think evens out, because that'll be 3 less wounds that you're taking anytime you get hit. All right, perfect. Okie dokie. That is the 2 of your turns. Anything else? Aiden, are you staying in the house?
I mean, Aiden's going outside.
Going out to meet the threat?
Yeah.
Amaris is finding a hidey hole that she can shoot out of.
Okay.
So there's lots of debris here now, so it's gonna hide behind the broken table that is here. Sure.
Cool. So that'll be you can do a check or something your next turn. This was your check. I just wanted to get kind of a feel for the surroundings. So it is the Basher's turn now. It is going to again kind of lumbering step forward, and then as you come out, Aiden, it sort of like its eyeless face locks onto you, and then it takes that its left arm with that chain at the end of it and swings it back and around, and is trying to bring this wrecking ball directly down on top of you.
Okay.
Let me clear that. What's your defense at now?
7. Do I draw for this, or I don't remember how this works?
No, you don't.
Okay.
It's just contest your defense. I rolled
It's
12.
no.
So with 7, that means you only take 5 wounds from that, which could have been a lot worse. As this ball comes like smashing down, and where it's expecting like paste to be, like as it rips it back, Aiden, you're just like in this crater, as you can see like the weavings from this parse that are making their way through your body, like reinforcing your bones. I mean, it hurt a lot, but it kept you from just being smashed to pieces from this. All right, that is gonna move it to Mori's turn, which, if y'all want, we just put y'all at the same initiative count at this point.
Right at the top.
Yeah. Well, essentially, it would be. Yeah. I'd be putting y'all at the top. So that way, y'all can all do things together.
Did Crystal make a runner? Take a runner? She getting out of there?
Crystal's backed up. She's between you and this big hole in the wall.
Okay. Mori's gonna get himself between her and the critter. And he'll ask her which direction the panic room is.
Make me think whether she has a panic room.
She's a multi-billion-dollar CEO. Of course she has a panic room.
And things like that exist in the world.
That is true. She says it's at towards the garage.
All right. Am I under the assumption that she can get there herself?
Yeah. She's not wounded.
If yeah, okay. Then he's going to, as calmly and as comfortingly as possible, he's going to tell her, all right, head over there, we're gonna take care of this.
What are you gonna? We should run.
As Aiden, like, with this blood lace, like, showing up on his skin, just like runs past. Like,
Yeah, I think that happens like around the same time. She goes, Aiden! As this thing slams down on top of you.
still standing.
Yep. Mori's just gonna try and give her like a comforting smile and say like, we've got this handled.
I think just bewildered by everything that's going on. She stands up, and then in kind of a daze, like not really wanting to take her eyes off what's happening outside, as unbelievable as it is. And then she's lost her shoes at this point, just is running towards the
Go watch on the monitors in the panic room.
Yep, it's probably for the best, honestly. All right. Assuming I still have an action, I would like to use it to help Aiden on his attack.
Okay. So you want to do your just a teamwork action? So just.
It makes the dream work.
Oh wait, you've got your special thing where you roll your charm, right? Okay.
Yep. I've got a great assist.
Well, do we want to go and have Aiden make his attack then, or is there anything anybody else wants to do to set up for Aiden attacking?
Still got a turn.
Yeah, I mean, you can go ahead and go if you want to do something first.
I imagine the tree had slammed Yuri against the wall.
Uh-huh.
And there's just a moment of just pure adrenaline where he slips underneath the tree, sees the motherfucker there fighting Aiden. Red in the eyes, dashes forward, summons me to his side, and there's just a collaborative attack between them.
Okay. So we'll do your attack first, and then we'll do the Mori boosted Aiden
Okay.
smash.
Fun.
All right, so you're just doing like a melee attack?
Yeah. Ooh, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do you have a weapon? I can't remember.
I have kicks.
Kicks. Yeah, you're doing your super kick.
My super kick. How much does that add?
For your equipment.
Yeah.
What did I say? Did I give you all +1 or +2 on the equipment? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it's +1 because it's all. Mine is
Yeah.
+1.
Okay, so +1.
+1?
It's 1 of your successes.
Okay. 24.
Holy shit. Okay.
10,
24.
And me does 16.
Me does 16.
Yeah. I rolled 2 5s, a 4, and a 2.
Okay. Aiden, you watch this. Yuri comes rushing forward and you're like,
Yuri like jumps over Aiden, grabs the ball and chain, flies forward, and just wraps it around the monster's neck. Me comes out and starts biting at the throat.
yeah, well, for flavoring as the kicks, then you kick the ball like fucking tether ball, and yeah, it wraps around like the base of the thing, kind of like tangling itself up in the chain. Its arm kind of wrapped towards its side. As the ball, I think, comes around the other side, it strikes the side of his knee. There's this like popping noise as the knee like kind of collapses inward. This thing like comes down a little bit in stature.
There's the throwback roar, like yell, scream from Yuri. Just rocks around him.
I love it. And then yeah, Me's on the other side, just like ripping into this thing. It's full fox form.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do Aiden and Mori combo attack. Mori, how are you helping Aiden here?
I've been thinking about this, and because this is such an effective boost, I've been wondering if we can flavor it as Mori manipulating Aiden's parasite to some degree.
Ooh, okay. Sure, like supercharging it, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Essentially, yes. Or maybe adding some of his own parasite to Aiden's.
Ooh, I like either one of those. Which would you prefer?
Let's see how the roll or the draw goes first, and then we can come up with the flavor text later.
Okay, and Aiden, I assume you're just getting running up and punching the thing or hitting it
I'm
with your...
gonna ice him.
You're gonna ice him.
Put him on ice.
I
Let's
afraid
keep
you
some
still have
ice.
that.
Get
God, we need a time skip so I can get rid of the ice.
You said it was gonna
Actually-
last like a month, so
I did.
Actually, never mind. The way that I help is with ice puns.
yeah.
No, I
yeah.
really do like the way of the
Dad,
idea of
well, the
your-
dad puns just like parsing.
It's built
parslings-
into Mori's parasite is the thing.
Parasites just love puns.
Yeah.
I just
I mean, honestly, that could actually work.
Yeah.
If Mori
parasites are
is
big fans of puns.
If Mori's a father figure to Aiden, then Mori's parasite is a parental figure to Aiden's parasite.
yeah.
That's how it works,
and
right?
what could be funnier to beings like creatures that are based around words than fucking puns?
They've got to be
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
the
let's
highest
do some
form of-
wordplay, baby.
All right, I will be expecting that pun here in a bit, but let's do our
damn
draw
it.
first.
Okay, so I used my split focus to shuffle a card back into my deck,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna do my icy staff attack. Let's see. So what am I drawing here? Oh, go back up. This is force and melee.
Yes.
A 6.
And then you get a bonus from the ice ability, right?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out what my draw was.
Okay. I think you increase it by 3 successes.
Yes, the ice is 3, and the staff is 1.
Okay. So you're gonna have 4 successes onto this roll or draw.
Clubs. Wow, they're all in here. Not all of them.
All right. I'll wait until you're done.
Cold without doing anything else, that's 17.
Okay.
Okay. Ready for me? My stolen identity came up. I'm gonna discard. And then I've got a 7. Unfortunately, my hand size is 6, so that's just gonna be 1. And then I've got a 3 and a 6, so that's gonna add up to 10.
So 27.
27.
Holy shit.
Oh, wait.
I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll
Hell
give that to you
yeah.
on that one.
Yeah.
That is another 3.
30.
Oh my god.
And I can take a card and shuffle it back in.
Yeah, 30 points of
Compose.
damage as so your ice staff is what you used?
Yep.
Okay. Describe to me the attack.
Big icy spear. That's it. That's the tweet.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Aiden sort of whatever Mori says to him, kind of like shakes him back, ears ringing, kind of shakes him back to reality, and then, yeah, feeling that support from his dad.
The support that you get is Mori straightening his tie, and then saying, "Aiden, break the ice!"
Pulls out the staff, and like ice crystals sort of form along it to this huge like icy spearhead in the front. And I think Aiden just follows Yuri, and sort of takes off and then does like a flying leap, and it's just both hands into the thing.
Oh, could it be like a spin boost Aiden up with like the hand bridge?
Yeah. So what I like here is you bring up the spear and you come crashing down and just like right into the gut of this thing.
Well, I hope my mom saw that.
You drive the spear in and it sinks through, freezing the center of this creature entirely, and it kind of begins to move forward or kind of like lean forward as you drive the spear in, and as your momentum carries you downward, there's a snapping noise as your spear. At first, you think your spear might have broken from that. However, it's full and like been extricated from the creature. And you look up and you see a big crack running through the center of this. Like across the sides of this basher, and the incoherent there's this like kind of low like moaning from inside as it leans forward, and the top half of its body completely snaps off and crashes down to the ground in front of you, leaving it in 2 pieces.
Is it dead?
Are the 2 pieces moving on their own?
As
No.
they hit the ground,
Well, they are now.
you see the
Sorry,
as
that's
you're
my bad guess.
waiting
I had
for
the same
everything to
thought.
fall. You watch as the body of this thing begins to kind of mold and move, almost like clay, and the top part of the body kind of pulls itself back up, shrinking slightly as it forms into essentially like the same creature that's about half the size, and the legs do the same thing, forming a new creature, and the way that they end up like molding and forming is one of them has the sword in one arm and the other one has that chain.
This really is your bad,
fucking-
Sid.
It's the fucking Fell twins.
Sorry.
From Elden
You're right.
Ring.
Amaris, you can still
You
go.
guys seen those guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just shoot the little guy with the blade. So I think that with my bow, that is ranged finesse?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's... okay.
Range finesse +1 because you're using your bow.
Yeah.
Yeah!
You get special bonuses from your bow, right?
Yeah, well, I get my extra points of perseverance and potential, and then I think since it's a good bow, I get that +1.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, not great. I got like all of my fucking. Okay, tell me if any of these 4 apply, shall we? You don't have to be alone if you don't want to be. Here, I'll give you some more. Time to be a nosy bitch. Probably not. The family you choose. I am fighting with my family, potentially. Less tell, more beg. I feel like we're not begging this thing, so that probably isn't going to work either.
Did you draw all of your quotes?
I drew 4 of the 5. Yes.
I feel like Sid draws all her quotes almost every time. I'm gonna give you that first one. The you don't have to be alone.
Don't have to be alone. Okay.
So
Cool.
You all are fighting together.
Okay, that's good. That's another 5 then. Yeah, I'll just fuck it. I'll burn another diamond. Down to 1. So that'll be 14. 15 with the +1.
Okay. Firing your bolt
Pulse it bow.
Your bow into the smaller into one of the smaller incoherents now, the one with the sword. And it just goes piercing straight through, leaving like a big hole in the upper torso of this creature. And it's it is pretty badly hurt by that. You can see kind of like its attention drawn towards you, Amaris.
Behind the table.
Yeah. It's its turn now.
I'm also gonna recompose my deck if I could.
Yeah, I think you can do that. Spending a perseverance.
Yeah.
Okay. The one with the chain, which was the former top half of the body, is going to or no, that would have been the bottom half of the body. Is going to hit Yuri with it. Because I think you're pretty close. I mean, you and Aiden are both right there. But it like sweeps the chain across the ground towards you, Yuri. That's gonna be. Luckily, it has less dice now because it's smaller. But that's still a 12.
Yeah. So I'm in danger. I take a point of health.
Okay.
But I took a feat called Adrenaline Surge. Upon taking health damage, spend 1 potential for the remainder of the scene. You may reveal additional cards equal to the number of health damage on any check. All cards revealed in this fashion will be removed.
Okay.
So I just draw out faster.
Okay. Yeah, this wrecking ball comes swinging around and smashes into the side of you, Yuri, sending you careening and then slamming into a stone fixture in this garden. And Yuri's looking kind of rough from that. The other one, I think, is going to chop at the wall that Amaris is hiding behind. It's gonna go for you.
But why? But why?
Because you shot it.
But I love it.
And I haven't attacked you yet.
But I love it.
It's not like
we're
she
friends.
shot it in the leg. Come on.
Exactly.
Don't take it so personally.
I shot it in the torso like any respectable person would.
Well,
Everybody
here's
knows
what
that
I'll
a leg
give you.
shot is the most personal shot that you can take.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, you did oh no ouchie danger to it, so I think it's gonna swing at you. What I'm gonna give you is because you ducked behind the wall, is I'll give you a defensive boost for this. So we'll increase your defense by 2.
Okay. So
Because it's not trying to go around the wall and get you, it's just trying to go straight through the wall.
It's a 7 now then.
Wow, I rolled high.
Uh-oh.
That's 2 6s and a 4.
Oh, no!
That's 16.
That's a health damage.
Is that
How
bringing
much health do
you
you
to
got?
how many cards do you have in your deck?
Yeah, because if you're 4 under...
Does that
Oh,
include
okay, what's your defense at?
discarded cards?
Well, what's your defense at?
My defense was a 7.
Okay, so that's 9 points of damage.
That's 9.
Um,
Okay.
So
do
you take.
Do you just take them off the top, or do you get to choose which ones go?
No,
in?
you take which ones. You take them off the
Okay.
top of your deck. You just
So
recompose
that's
too.
9.
So, yeah. You should have more than 13 cards in your deck.
I have precisely 4 in my hand left.
Cool.
Okay, then you're good as long as it's not less than 4.
You might want to
You really only have
recompose.
13 cards in your deck?
Well, because I used like 3 diamonds already.
Oh, no, those still count towards your...
Oh, thank
yeah, those
God.
still
Okay,
count,
then I
yeah.
still have 7 in my hand, technically.
So
Yeah,
removed
you-
cards also count?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It's
'cause-
the total size of what's left not in your wounds pile. Essentially, add up everything that's not in your wounds pile. And that's-
7. Okay.
Yeah. Ouchie.
I have very
I'm-
little defense.
I'm imagining that thing just like bashed through the wall and Amaris just got tanked by the wall and is probably like trapped underneath it now.
Yeah, I like that. All right, that's its turn. Both have gone.
Oh, Aiden's going. Go get him.
Get him, Aiden.
Get him. Goes after
gonna-
the one that went after Amaris.
Okay.
Yuri's gonna duel the ball and chain one while Aiden goes to take care of the sword one.
All right.
Uh,
Mori, who are you helping?
I'm gonna. Well, Aiden's currently the one. Well, Aiden's not buffed in the sense of like attack, right? Which one of you does more damage?
Well, Aiden's got that plus
That
plus 3
ice
from
makes
the
a big
ice.
difference.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, I'm gonna continue assisting Aiden. I'm gonna also spend to recompose.
I get to take a
Okay.
card out. I'm also spending
a lot
to
of my
recompose.
Heavy hitting charm
And
cards.
I get to discard one when I recompose, so that memory loss is coming out.
How many times can we diamond potential or switch cards into their thing using diamonds?
Many
in a
points of
turn?
As many
potential
times
you
as you
have.
have diamonds.
Potential.
Well, potential.
Oh,
You have to spend
yeah.
a point of potential every time.
Every time.
but-
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 6. Come on, baby. Here we go.
what's wrong
Amaris
with it?
still has 2 health. Did I imagine that she got a third?
No, I do not. We talked about it, but yeah,
She has
I
2
don't
health
have-
total.
I have 2 health
so
total. Yeah.
she's 1 health away from dying.
Well, no, I didn't take health
no.
damage because
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
that's
have
right.
to go
Necessarily the
cut it,
case.
so I still have my 2 health. I just
Okay.
am severely wounded.
We might have to look this up because I remember reading that you don't necessarily die when you lose your last health point.
Yeah,
You have to-
there's a thing where you become you could lose a you
Clearance.
can make a check
Coherence,
for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you basically have to get hit one more time before you actually die.
Yeah. No, you,
So it's
I
not
think
that bad.
you're right about that. No, I think
You're okay.
Y'all are good. Y'all are good. All right, so Aiden making your attack, big ice spear.
Yeah.
Faces past and I'm homebound.
I'm gonna do some diamond finagling here. Yeah, fuck it.
And I miss you.
Where are you?
And I'm so sorry. 3, 4. Let's see how useful I am this time.
Before Mori, I have 18.
Oh damn.
All right.
It's the one thing this is the thing Aiden's good at.
You're pretty. You are pretty damn good at it.
Did I do that math right? 8, 10,
I had a couple of
14,
quotes come up.
18.
I think the 2 that could be, honestly, like, it's a stretch, but any one of these could be applicable. I've got I'm Not a Killer, It's on Us, and We'll Find a Way.
Probably the I'm not a killer one.
Because I'm not the one I'm not the one pulling the trigger.
I'll give it to you for you said there's one that we're not alone. I'm trying to remember all the quotes y'all have.
What were the quotes tonight?
What were the other quotes today?
It was We'll Find a Way and It's on Us. I feel like It's on Us is the most applicable one in this case.
Yeah, I mean y'all are taking this. Yeah, I'll give you on that one. We'll find a way, and It's on Us. Giving you both of those seems a bit duplicative because they both sort of apply towards the same kind of thought process.
it's on us is more of a like we're protecting somebody
Yeah.
situation, I feel, and
Yeah.
we'll find a way is more of a like we're gonna do it no matter what.
Yeah. Is that anime?
Believe it.
Shonen? Yeah.
Believe it. I'm gonna go ahead and spend a potential in order to buff something, and I can pull an extra one. Okay. So I'm adding a 10 to this.
28.
All things said.
28. Okay. All right, with 28 against that one because it had already been hurt by Amaris. I mean, how do you destroy it?
Okay. So here's the thing. I don't necessarily want to use it to pull an extra card, but I did pull not the sharpest tool in the shed. So I think seeing that the spear sort of split it, Aiden's afraid that that's gonna happen again. So I think like snaps off the tip, so it's a little more blunt, and it's pretty. I think it's pretty ragged. It's pretty nasty, and drives the spear in again.
Okay.
I want to say that Aiden drives the spear in, and it goes like most of the way in, and then like a jet of ink like shoots out of Mori's face and presses the back of the spear further in.
Sick.
Yeah, and as this ink-covered spear like drives down into the creature, and ice begins to form around it, you watch as it continues to like kind of melt away until there's just this like skeletal frame there that's just encrusted in ice and gore, and then the whole thing just shatters and collapses to the ground in a ragged heap.
We're gonna go look for Amaris.
Well, let's do Yuri, your attack.
Okay. Here we go. For me, and then for me.
It's a shame this is happening after dinner.
Not before dinner.
Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna spend the diamond that I got from my adrenaline surge to turn my 6 of diamonds into a 6 of clubs. +1 from the boots. 30 from Yuri.
30 just from Yuri?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you kill it?
Me goes in for an ankle bite to lock this monster in place. Yuri takes up a runner stance where he like got hit. There is a moment where Yuri's there, and then he's gone, and suddenly in front of the creature, swinging his leg back and then forward, he just kicks it very hard, and you just see it launch.
Send him to the moon.
Yeah, you just like All Might kick this thing like straight through the stratosphere. I mean, it just goes like launching straight up into the air, and you like brush and treetop like carried with it straight up, and it like launches I mean, out of sight, and then just a big splash in the distance as it lands in the harbor.
Yuri like walks over to the edge of where the house is, just bleeding from the mouth, holding onto his chest, cups a hand. 4!
Aiden's trying to dig Amaris out.
Yeah, you pull a big piece of drywall off of Amaris.
Just bloodied, ragged, probably got some broken ribs.
Try to as gently as he can. I don't think Aiden really does anything gently, but tries to pull her up. You stand?
Not in these boots.
I'll sort of loop her arm over his shoulder. Try to get back in the house. Mom?
you hear I think there's like a crackling intercom that comes from one of the like a speaker that you can't see, and you hear your mother's voice say, I'm in the panic room. How what
Do you have a first aid kit?
Yeah, come in here.
Aiden, probably like just horribly bleeding from the head, like. Come on.
And you go down the hall, and just before the garage, there's a section of the wall that is actually disguised to just look like wall that lets you opens up, and inside is Crystal, and she ushers the four of you in. There is a couple of like monitors on here, so the security feeds from outside the house, some of them are like static and broken, others showing some of the carnage from where you had your battle.
Oh, so mom got a front row seat.
Yeah, mom saw some of that.
How's mom doing as me plods in behind Yuri?
I don't think there's anything that could traumatize her any more than what she's already seen at this point.
Yeah,
She just plops down the chair and she points over to the corner, and you can see some first aid supplies and like one of the medical things set in the wall.
Mori takes a moment to collect himself before joining the others as he just slurps that ink back into his face.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what it's been like for the last couple of weeks.
We need to get out of here. There will be more.
Well, there's one other thing that you notice while you're in here, and I think especially those of you not bleeding out, probably Mori.
Oh yeah, is Mori fine? Mori's fine, right?
Mori's fine,
Oh,
I think.
good. Okay.
Yeah, no, he didn't get injured at all.
Good,
he
good, good.
walks in just sort of like wiping his face off, and then makes eye contact with.
Oh, on the far wall, there's a monitor that like a TV that is it's muted, but it seems to be playing some sort of news broadcast. And you just see a banner underneath that says it says "Parceling monsters terrorize city." And there's news footage of all sorts of creatures of different sizes and shapes. Some look human, some look like monstrous, some look like lingua. It's cutting to dozens of feeds of creatures all across Sinnoh that are attacking, like rooting through stores, flipping over cars, burning down buildings.
Is this in a specific ward, or is this the whole city?
This is the whole city. The different feeds are just like, Ward 23, Ward 52, Ward 18, Ward 7.
Amaris tries to fiddle in her bag, and she's got to call her mom.
Okay.
As soon as the Ward 18 post comes out, Yuri's gone.
Motherfucker.
No, Aiden's not gonna let him leave by himself. Yuri's getting grabbed is what he's doing.
Call her. Call mom. Call her.
It's not Ma I'm worried about.
We can't split up.
Amaris is calling her mom.
Okay. You go to call, and you get the beep. We're sorry. This number cannot be completed as dialed. Please try again.
Shit. Hey, step out of the panic room to make the call.
You get it again. Beep. We're sorry. This number cannot be completed as dialed. Please try again.
Calls her sister. Same thing.
Beep. Any number you try right now doesn't seem to be going through.
They gotta be coming from somewhere, right?
Roy called Yuri. All the subtext people were getting pulled to the center of the ward.
we should go to Sinnoh headquarters. It's the only way we're going to be able to help. We got to figure out where they're coming from. We can't just go fight whatever's out in the street.
That face was RJ realizing something might be happening, but we'll stop it at the source.
This conversation occurs as Mori just slowly steps towards the television, just kind of gobsmacked. This is his worst nightmare made real. And all I can think is just to like mumble to himself, like, these journalists need to be fired. That's inflammatory language. Fuck.
There's another, the broadcast cuts and you see some of the news anchors speaking, and then it goes to again, it's all still muted. It cuts to what looks like a press conference, sort of situation that's being held at Sinnoh Court.
Can you turn on the volume? Can you unmute it?
You hit the button, it unmutes, and there's a gentleman that's speaking right now that you don't recognize. It just says, we're urging all Sinnoh City residents who can see this broadcast to stay indoors. Find a safe spot within your homes or nearest reinforced facility. And wait for instructions. Administration is mobilizing, and we will have enforcement on city streets within the hour. Unfortunately, it appears we have heard news that these attacks have not been limited to the outer wards. In fact, it appears that there has been an attack right here within Central Ward, and we do believe that CEO Rose was killed during the attack. As such, we have had an emergency meeting of the Sinnoh Court Board, and under unanimous agreement, Dr. Kylas Geller will be acting as temporary CEO of Sinnoh Corp until this emergency is resolved.
Oh, fuck you, Will.
Dr. Geller. And you can see Dr. Geller steps, wearing a nice suit, steps across the stage and pauses, looks out at the camera and says, I find myself without anything to say given the gravity of the situation. I will reiterate what the board has said, that our utmost priority is the safety of our citizens. It is my fervent belief, and I am supported by the chairpersons of the board, that our actions in curbing this threat have been entirely insufficient, leading to today. So I will let you know, all citizens know, that your safety is my number one concern, and we are going to be mobilizing and detaining, effective immediately, any known parcelings until this threat and the cause for this outbreak has been determined. Now, I understand there are many of those that are afflicted with this infection that operate as members of society, and we urge you to find your nearest administration building and submit yourself for quarantine immediately. We believe that there is some sort of contagion or effect that might be driving parcelings to experience incoherency. It would be for your own best interest and the interest of your families to be brought in for examination immediately.
In the middle of this speech, Mori snaps back to attention, and he sort of mutters to himself, "It's got to be a secured feed." And he like starts like mumbling stuff to himself. He turns to Amaris and he says, "Is there any way we can hijack this feed?"
Maybe if I could.
We're in the biggest mansion in the city.
Maybe.
He's got to have some crazy setup as far as broadcasting goes.
Mom?
I can't believe this is happening.
We have to let them know
can't.
you're alive.
Okay. Well, let's go. Let's go there right away.
Mrs. Rose, this was all on purpose. Kalis sent that thing to kill you. And they didn't know we were here, so they just assumed that it did. They want you dead.
We need to let the city know she's not.
We can't just walk her in there and hand her over to them.
Okay.
There's
I've got a
news vans
question out of
everywhere, right?
I got a question out of character. Is it possible that there is an emergency broadcast system in her house?
I don't think so. Here's what I think she says. She says, all of my equipment, all my computers, everything is routed through Sinocorp. I work entirely off of Sinocorp servers. I don't have any. I don't know what I could do from here that they can't block.
Here's what
It's not about what you can do. And he's gonna look at Amaris.
If you can patch me up a little bit and you can get me into your network, I can try.
Okay. All right. I'll see what I can do. And she turns to the computer that she's facing and begins to work on it, trying to sign in. As you continue to watch these this broadcast on repeat of the attacks happening throughout the ward, there's one thing that you notice, though there is all this footage, all the footage they have of the attacks going on throughout the different wards, that seems to be repeating. Like they don't have any new footage, but they're just showing the same attacks over and over and over again.
Staged.
Yuri's going to just turn to Aiden, who probably has like a strong arm on his shoulder.
Yeah, Aiden is still standing there like,
Aiden, can't breathe.
sorry.
He'll pat Aiden's hand and try to take it off of him. I'm going to keep a lookout for cleanup crew, okay? I'm not going anywhere.
You promise.
Have I ever broken one to you? You'll leave with me and
Big
in
hug.
He'll give a pat on the shoulder. As he enters the foyer, he'll turn to me, scritch him under the chin. Listen, partner, this is gonna be rough for the both of us, but I'm gonna need you to make sure Ma's okay.
He just gives a nod of understanding.
They're gone.
And he takes off, and Yuri, so you had like what up onto the roof or something, or you're an upper story of the building to try to keep an eye out.
If there's like an area where like there's an awning so he can be hidden from like top down views, he'll be there just scanning around to see if there's anything incoming.
Yeah. So here's what you get. Here's what I'm going to end on. As everyone's downstairs, Amaris is doing her hacking. I imagine Aiden is trying to get somebody to stop the bleeding on getting out.
Yeah, he got crushed pretty good.
Yeah, both for yourself and for Amaris. And while you're recollecting yourselves, Yuri, on the top floor, you open up one of the windows, and you can just hear the sounds of chaos further in the city. There are. You see a number of things. You see helicopters. You don't see news helicopters. You see administration, enforcement vehicles. You see drones just skimming through the air. You see other things that seem to be swooping and moving across the city and through the air, probably in coherence, though it's hard to tell from this distance. You hear sirens, you see smoke. It looks like a city under siege. And then you hear the sounds of screeching tires. Or not tires, they're not tires, everything's mag lifted. You hear the sound of a motor running, so as coming straight up to the front of the building, you see a black SUV, which comes careening up in front and skids to a halt, and the door opens, and then staggering out from inside, clutching their waist, with a pistol at their side, you see Roy, who comes limping up towards the front door.
Our other dad!
From wherever he is, just the quickest way down into the room. Poof, Roy's here.
Let him in. Let him in.
You go to the front door. Roy's just doof, banging on the door over and over again. You pull it open, and he just kind of collapses inside into your in your arms. And then you just hear breathly through what seems like his face mask is sort of malfunctioning slightly, it has a little bit of damage, but just this really grainy voice just says, "Oh, we're so fucked." And that's where we're gonna end our session for tonight.
Bam, 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 bam.
To be continued.
So we're heading into the end game for season 1, y'all.
You don't say.
I've been waiting to drop this for a while, and this felt like the best time to do it. So yeah,
we had a nice dinner. There was ice cream, and suddenly chaos.
As soon as everybody got one dinner with their family, the people that have family to have dinners with, that was my trigger for burning this motherfucker down. If only Mori had a family, then he would have had a little bit longer.
He has a family. He needs to eat with us again.
This is my family.
Exactly. Let's go ahead and do our end of session stuff and get y'all some script, because I'm sure we're gonna have a lot today. Let me change the music though, so it's a little less.
I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw the Invincible meme of "Look what they need to do what we do."
Look what they need to mimic a fraction of our power. To imitate a fraction of our power.
Oh God.
Oh boy. Okay. What was I? I just had a big ADHD moment of opening up something and then completely forgetting what it was.
You want to do the quote stock while we do stars and wishes?
So no. I've got the script.
Oh, you got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Script. Yes, that's it.
Yeah. So attendance. Each character that is present in the story gains 1 script.
We're here.
Woohoo.
We're here. We're queer. We're ready to go.
We just combine that all into 1 script, though. Otherwise, I'd give you 1 for each of those. Growth. Each character has learned something new or experienced character growth gains 1 script.
I would say we all learned something new.
Yeah.
Baby photos.
Actually, Roy put it the best. We're fucked.
We're fucked.
Each character commits heroic feats of survival and persistence with the intent of saving others or granting others a few precious moments of respite gains one script. I mean, y'all all did stuff,
Oh, yeah.
putting yourselves in harm's way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We
Save other
rescued
people.
Aiden's mom.
Oh, yeah.
Each character represents a plan or a solution that drastically alters the fate of the party against one script. I don't know if we really had much planning today.
Most of our plans is kick it really hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll probably happen next week when y'all decide how you want to approach this new hellish world you find yourselves in. All right. We didn't have any grave failure or grave successes, did we? Critical
No.
successes.
I like
okay.
the term grave success.
Grave success.
That's only on parsing though.
Yeah. Achieving goals when a character achieves their goals. Okay, last script. Today may achieve a goal today.
Oh, I know what the fuck Kalis is up to now. Oh, I know. I fucking know what that
I think you
motherfucker
might
is
have
up
figured. I think you might have put 2 and 2 together at this point and figured out what
Mother-
Chaos is up to.
to. Fucker.
I did one of my.
Oh shit.
I
You
got a
did?
question.
Yeah.
Has my name been cleared?
Yes, it has. You did
Yay.
specifically clear your name by having dinner with.
Can I retroactively take a script for finding out what happened to the rest of the lab kids?
Oh yeah. Aiden, you got one too?
Yeah, my short-term goal was create a new relationship with his bio family.
Oh yeah.
Aww.
And you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Miss Rose is pretty cool. She isn't even asking what's going on with us. It's just like, yeah, this might as well happen.
Well,
Well,
she's going through a lot right
you
now.
know, she's probably in shock.
Yeah. Well, it's not like, again, I have to put myself in the mindset of like, it's not that she doesn't know that parslings exist. Like everybody knows what parslings exist and what they can do and stuff. Or everybody who's like in the know. So like, yeah, I think it's just more of the seeing it firsthand thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really had to.
And, you
think
know,
about
as it destroys your house. Yeah.
I really
that's-
had to think about how she was going to react to it. Anywhere between going full on like Rambo and pulling out a shotgun to like
Get your
fully
hands
bring
off
it
my
in.
son!
I mean, it's like being a city kid seeing a horse for the first time. Like, you know
Yeah.
that they exist, but the first time that you see a horse, you realize,
Yeah.
holy shit, that thing could trample me to death.
I did have a thought that if things started to go bad in the fight, she was going to autopilot one of the cars, like
Into
straight
one
into
of
the
them?
creature.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
it was
Crystal
not-
Rose.
It was not necessary.
It might become
Okay.
necessary.
It might become
I
necessary.
need a new short-term goal.
Nice. So y'all can rewrite your goals, but let's do our stars and wishes and quotes for today. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Do it.
My star goes to Ink Blast Mori. Because that's fucking radical and spooky and just visually really fucking cool. And I loved it.
You made me ink.
That's for sure my star. I mean, really, just all Mori's help in general. That was just fucking rad and creative, and I liked it. My wish, I want to be a big hero. I want to be a big hero. 6.
Wait, no. Big Hero 6 was about grief.
Yeah,
Well,
please don't.
it's probably gonna get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
Aiden,
Cut.
someone needs to help to Yuri
I'm
runs
sorry.
into a building, he explodes.
I just read the quote list.
Fucking RJ. Okay, so RJ put that
He
up.
did not
and
say
then
that.
I was going in to write another one, and I went, he did not say that.
Not say that.
I was hoping no one would notice it until
it
the
says
end.
It was the first thing I saw.
the quote for the chat says, "Oh no, don't shoot me in the leg again. That's my kink."
From Mori.
From Mori, and I really want to give that to Mori.
I want you guys to know that at 11 a.m. today, Val texted me and asked if I wanted to go and meet with Ego alone. And I was all like, maybe not.
And I was
that's a
like,
bad
he's
idea."
learning.
Damn.
I was really tempted
So
to
proud of
entice
you.
him. But thank you, Van, for that.
You're welcome.
Uh,
I wondered why you were laughing at my great wish.
I'm
But
sorry,
I know
made
it makes sense. No,
was
I
a great-
yeah.
I made the
Yes.
mistake of reading
Laughing
the
is the
quotes.
correct choice.
All right.
I
somebody
want
else.
to be a big hero and freaking have us on the news like the end of that one goddamn Pokemon game. Is it Y or they're all standing on the stage and
You'll walk up to and then Big Man battles you.
and then we
again.
battle a big man and then everybody loves parslings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
Remember that into the Pokemon.
that's the goal.
is it X and Y?
It is
Oh,
X and
Big
Y.
Man?
Yeah, they all get awards on the stage.
That
It's
one's
you
with
and
Hot
your
Dad.
six
That's one with
shitty friends.
Is that Sycamore?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah, yeah.
professor in that one.
Uh-huh.
That's super
and
hot.
then there's AZ that is there and is like 8 feet tall. Yeah.
And he wants to know what it is.
Right,
to
right
become
after the
a Pokemon
parade,
trainer.
and then the
Yeah.
fucking.
I want a
fox will
parade.
come down.
I want a parade. I want to be on the news. I want a fucking badge that says Parsling Sheriff.
Not really sheriff.
Yes, really, Sheriff.
Okay.
Parsling Patrol.
PP.
That just sounds like Paw Patrol.
Our
And
new-
that's
our new
complicated.
kid
That's
show.
problematic. That's
And
problematic.
that's.
I mean, Parsling
complicated.
Vigilantes has a nice ring to it.
I was trying to.
Let's
make them
let's
into two
continue.
words.
Let's
Sorry.
let's wrap this up.
Parsling
We can-
Pugilists. No.
That's Yuri. Hi, everybody. Speaking of Yuri, Artist22, Twitter, Twitch, and Hive. Stars and Wishes. Fuck, a lot happened today. You know what? Start at 8. Damn, a lot of good moments. You know what? I'm gonna give a star to Amaris for accepting the bet for bare ass naked baby Aiden on a rug. That was a very good moment. I enjoyed that quite a bit. And then Val for making it true. Professional photos. My wish. Final scene. A bunch of our enemies to allies help us fight off the incoherent invasion would be very choice. Like, I kind of want Scarlet to be there and be like, I'll catch you later before bashing in a fucking incoherent's head.
I love that.
Can I add another wish?
Yes.
I also want Roy to get a badge
Yeah.
and a fucking medal, and to be a hero.
Roy deserves smooches.
I'm gonna start
And to
next.
fall
I'm gonna
in
make a
love.
note. I'm gonna make a note. The next session is if you're watching this, then to any viewers out there, this is your credit for staying the entire stream. I'm gonna start next time with a slight flashback that's gonna go through Roy's whole Jason Bourne shit, getting out of Sinocorp, and how he escaped. And
I
What
knew
was-
he was shooting a shot with that phone call because he said the line wasn't secure.
What was the ending line to Sky High where it's like, my best friend became my girlfriend became my enemy, and my enemy became my best friend?
I don't remember that movie.
What a pull!
That's a good one. Honestly,
Yes.
that's exactly how that movie went.
Isn't there
Yeah.
a Sky College coming out soon?
Oh,
Really?
no.
You're joking.
That would be amazing.
I'll Google it. I thought I
Fucking
heard
love Sky
stuff
High.
about that.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep this train moving before we get
All
off
right.
track again.
I mean, I think my star just has to go to Aiden for just destroying. I mean, Yuri too, Jesus, but I mean, Ice Lance, Ice Spear.
Put
that
him on
was-
ice.
Put him on ice.
That one didn't get put on the list. What was it what did Maury say?
Hey,
Break the
Aiden,
ice.
break
The ice.
Yeah.
Oh, just that entire sequence was fucking amazing. My wish is for Aiden and Yuri together to put a fist on either side of Kayla Skeller's head and squash it like a fucking watermelon.
Jesus Christ.
That is my wish.
Just a double lariat.
We will destroy this person. 'Cause fuck him.
I'm just seeing Armstrong and what's his face and
Curtis.
Yeah, and Curtis and Full Metal Alchemist and just the double lariat. Love it.
That's me.
Danae, bring us home.
My star goes to Val for raising the fucking stakes. This is very compelling.
It's 22 degrees outside, and I am just sweating.
Hey, I want to let y'all know the stakes are like at a quarter raised right now.
Oh no!
Stake to go.
Damn. Okay, cool. That's great.
We're only at like a medium rare steak right now. We got
The
to get
steak
up
is
to well
blue.
done.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
My wish is for this broadcast. I want to hijack this broadcast so bad. Like, I need Mori to address the public because I've got such cool shit in mind.
I'm all for it, honestly.
I'm not above begging. Like, either let's talk more let's tell more beg.
Let's tell them
I'm
it.
looking for it. It's gonna be in my wounds. Yes, here it is. Let's tell more beg.
Either through Amaris hacking or a parse or a combination of the two. I need to address the public because I've got something to say. And damn, that was my star and my wish, huh?
Yes.
Was there anything else I need to do?
No.
Okay.
You're good.
You're amazing.
You've done it.
You did it.
I think I'm going to give there are a lot of Mori quotes on there today, so I think I'm going to have to give it to Mori today.
Mori said a lot of
really,
good shit.
I'm
Yeah,
really
he did.
debating. God, there are a lot of good things. I'm going to go with That's My Kink.
Yes!
No,
I've
I'm going to
got a
go.
second wish. Roy cannot die.
I think
Roy
I'm going to.
cannot die.
That,
Take
yeah.
me instead.
I'm going to go with You'll Make It Happen. I think that's good.
I'm gonna say I already have a quote that is almost identical to
Oh,
that.
then don't do that. I actually like where there's smoke, there's fire. That
I
feels
was
like something
gonna
that's
vote for that one.
That feels like something that's dissimilar to other ones that I've given you that might be useful. Also, very applicable for this scene. Or for this episode today. I don't remember
would be the
when
name
that
of
was
the-
said.
That would be the name of the episode.
That would be the name of the episode.
Would.
because like he would say it
Holy
like in
shit.
this very like low like intensity moment, and then you'd realize, oh shit, the city is literally on fire.
That's
I am
thematic for this whole damn thing.
Just now realizing that we missed out on a golden opportunity to name these episodes after
the
quote
quotes.
that
Oh,
we.
I was
shit.
thinking about that too. Yeah.
We'll have to do that for a second season.
Well, we
have to.
Yeah,
kept
season
them all.
2.
I can fucking add them in on YouTube.
Yeah,
I've also been
I
trying
know
to
that's a lot
highlight
of
each
work
one.
though, but it would be so good that if we just
That's
used
such
the
a-
quotes for the.
That's such a baller idea.
Except
You
for the
gotta.
episodes where you'd picked more than one.
Well, then we just choose one of those two.
Yeah, then you just pick the
Or
one that's
you do
most applicable to the
slash.
episode.
Or episode 7 would be called I Smell Blood or I'm Not a Killer.
Yeah, no,
Press
I,
1 for I Smell Blood. Press 2.
I literally have a quote that is, "We'll find a way to make that happen."
Oh yeah. So yeah, Van, maybe if you feel up to making those or editing those on YouTube, that would be
I'll think about it.
baller. I just
do I
thought about
remove
that.
my stolen identity?
Yeah, you do. It's gone.
I'm free.
You're free.
Woohoo!
Aiden, I'm really debating how much longer till we remove your queen. Until
You
this
said it was gonna
goes-
last like a month, and I don't know how
Yeah.
long it's been.
It's
But
been a few weeks
been
at
a
this point.
couple weeks, yeah.
Dude.
So
Yeah.
I mean, do we go underground for like a week or two and then like
yeah,
raise
let's
the
see what y'all's
resistance.
plan is gonna be. How the next session goes, but yeah, if any significant amount of time passes, then we'll we'll probably burn that.
Okay.
He's made a mistake.
Hey, how
I have
long
time to write a
does-
speech now.
How long does the one we did today last?
Ah, fuck.
Because that was a grand parse.
That was a grand parse. Here's the thing. I really got to decide how long these things are going to go on
Yeah,
for.
you do.
Because it really is going to be tough.
I feel like you
for
should
things-
have to choose between longevity and
And
potency.
Potent. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I honestly think going forward that unless something is specifically crafted for the idea of taking a long, then it's gone when the scene ends.
Well, the difference with the ice one was that I had to add the queen to my deck, so
Yeah, and maybe that's something I missed in the book. But
I don't
all it
remember
says
why
in
I
the
had
book
to
is
do that.
I don't either.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, we'll balance that going forward. We're still learning, still figuring it out. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna call it for today. Good session, everyone.
Can we raid the Bard's Playhouse because they're doing a charity?
Good segue. I will be on there tomorrow on twitch.tv/The Bart's Playhouse.
I'll be modding.
Hey! I'm going to be playing some Vampire the Masquerade at 12 o'clock Eastern. So yeah, grab your breakfast and come watch me play Vampire for the first fucking time in years. So it'll be great.
Yeah,
And charity.
go check that out tomorrow. And join us for the raid in a moment.
Just a moment.
But yeah, just wrapping us up. One, we will not be here next Saturday, unfortunately. We'll be off. Did we just say whether we're going to be here on the 24th?
We haven't decided.
We haven't decided yet. We'll talk about it. But yeah, we at least will not be here next week. This might be the last time you see us until the new year. But we will let you know when we're coming back. Holidays are, kind of a crapshoot. So, but if this is my last stream on the Saturday for the new year, I'm so happy that we got to have such a good game today. I really appreciate everyone out there in the chat for watching. I appreciate my lovely players for making this game just the most fun game in the world to run. I enjoy running this every single week, and I never want to miss a week. I want to cancel my travel plans just to hang out and play games with y'all next week.
Don't fucking tempt me.
But we will see everyone next time. And until then, good game and good night, Internet.